Dear friends, I am happy to welcome you to the second day of our workshop, Financial Success, from Theory to Practice. Let's go. Let's check the connection, it's important. Put 1 in the chat room if you have video, put 2 if you have sound, and 3 if you have both video and sound. Let's check it out. Perfect. For those who don't know me yet, my name is Alexei Sukhodoev. I will briefly tell you about my education and work experience. I am the co-founder and director for business development at Sky World Community. I am the head of several departments within the company that are responsible for creating and packaging the product, creating understanding materials, promoting and selling the product worldwide. Sky expert of SWC. I am working in the company since 2016, in the project since 2014, among the first 50 investors. The development of unitsky string technology is a huge part of my life and has serious meaning for me. Education, mechanical engineer with advanced knowledge of French, internships in the UK and France. Investor, entrepreneur, crypto enthusiast, professional international speaker, strategist for business development and formation, expert in international business promotion through funding big ideas based on the community model. In order to get the most out of our workshop, you should have nothing to distract you. So friends, please, get on the computer, close all distracting tabs, mute your phone to avoid distractions, free up time for yourself and your development, send the kids and cats out for a walk. Get your notebook and pen ready, write down new thoughts, insights, ideas. Actively participate in the workshop and answer all questions in the chat room. Pay attention to important organizational points. There will be a 30 seconds delay in the broadcast. The duration of the meeting will be 1.5 to 2 hours. The meeting will be live. It cannot be rewound or paused. Show respect for each other. Your questions will be answered at the end of the meeting. Share your impressions and insights in the chat room and tag in stories in Instagram accounts alekvert.official and Sky World Community are us, and we will repost all your tags. Right now you can see 2 QA codes on your screen to subscribe to these Instagram accounts. Today we're going to tell you about 1. Personal financial plan, which includes analyzing personal finances. Financial goals. 2. Competent setting of financial goals. 3. Strategy for achieving financial goals. 4. The new Sky World Community Workshop course. 5. The profession of professional SWC agent, namely, who is a professional SWC agent, consultant, counselor, what a professional SWC agent will do, motivation of professional SWC agent. By applying our recommendations, you will get the following results. You will sort out your personal finances and set financial goals. You will find a strategy to achieve your financial goals. You will learn the algorithm of negotiation. You will get an outline of a productive offer. You will find out what type of professional agent you are. You will get a ready-made tool for financial growth. Let's get down to the content. The webinar starts right now. In order for you to start growing, you need to understand where to grow and from what point. You should identify your point A, where you are now, and point B, where you aspire to be. In order to determine point A, we need to analyze personal finances, namely income, expenditure, savings, credit. I highly discourage taking out loans unless they are for business development. In order to determine point B, you should set financial goals, such as achieving financial independence, buying a property, saving a certain amount of money. Goals can be different because you and I are all different. There are many ways to achieve personal financial goals, from monetizing a hobby, selling your products or offering services, to setting up a savings plan. Setting personal financial goals is the first step to proper planning of expenditures, income, savings, and investments. It helps you understand what resources are required to achieve your financial goal. Financial goals are monetary goals that we set for ourselves to better manage our finances, to determine priorities and directions of movement in the financial sector. Without a specific goal, we cannot make our budget, plan our spending, learn how to save and invest properly. It is also quite difficult to manage your finances and accumulate capital, but with proper planning it is possible. We know from research that in most cases it is setting the right goals that contributes to success. So, different people will have different financial goals depending on their individual factors such as age, marital status, education, profession, place of residence, etc., as well as each person's personal preferences, interests, and values. For example, one person wants to set aside $1,000 each month. Another one, to raise equity capital to $1 million. There are various strategies for achieving financial goals, but the most common methods include reducing expenses and increasing active and passive income. Consider how to set personal financial goals with your interests and preferences in mind. That's a very interesting question. There is one simple and widely known technique called SMART: specificity, measurability, attainability, relevance, realism, time-bound. Personal financial goals should be specific and measurable. There's no need for abstractions. The goal of setting aside $100 a month is quite specific and allows to measure results, whereas saving a little money is too abstract task. How much would you set aside per month? Write in the chat room. Okay, I see. Well done, remember these numbers. In addition, goals should be achievable and imply specific actions to achieve them. For example, reducing monthly expenses to 50% of your salary will require certain actions, whereas the goal, I want to get rich, implies no specifics. In addition, the goal should be realistic and enforceable within a set time frame. In particular, you can categorize your goals into short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Goals should be regularly reviewed and adjusted according to changes in your life and financial situation. Short-term goals can be achieved within a few months or 1 year. Medium-term goals, for example, paying off debts or saving for a child's education, buying a car or property, within a year to 5 years. It takes 5 or more years to achieve long-term goals. For example, closing the entire real estate transaction, not just the first mortgage payment. Why do you think we need to set specific deadlines for financial goals? Most people think, right, if the goal is truly yours, that is, chosen based on your personal interests, and you want to achieve it, then a limited time frame will only motivate you to get what you want faster. In addition, under time constraints, people often find unconventional and effective solutions. Also, if you have several financial goals, you need to plan carefully and prioritize clearly. Before we move on to achievement strategies, let's define your points A and B. You can record now all the information that goes on the air, and after the end of the workshop, you can put it in order. In order to determine point A, you need to analyze your personal finances. In order to determine point B, you need to set your financial goals. Point A is an analysis of income and expenses. We will record the data in a table like this. The purple fields are filled in manually, and the white fields are filled in automatically based on the data you enter. Open your tables, we sent them in advance, or download them using this QR code if you didn't get them. You will need to calculate your income and expenses and enter them into the appropriate fields in the table. Please do it. Income is divided into regular and not regular. Regular: salary, scholarship, subsidies, allowances; fixed income from investment, dividends, interest on deposits, interest from affiliate program; other, renting out accommodation, alimony, etc. Non-regular: bonuses, unpredictable income from investments, crypto, venture capital market; major gifts, income from trading operations in trading, etc. Expenses are also regular and non-regular. Regular: food, accommodation, medicine, loans, mortgages, television, streaming, internet, mobile communications; transport, health and real estate insurance, insurance premiums, and more. Non-regular, purchase of real estate, car. Large purchases, jewelry, clothes, interior items, household appliances. Spending on travel and holidays, if not planned. Traveling by taxi, unplanned purchases, and other. Now record your averages for each source of income and each category of spending. Unless you set goals for yourself, the right people will not be drawn to you, and the right events will not happen in your life. It's the law, and I've checked it hundreds of times in my life. Now let's move on to point B. Point B is your goal, written according to the SMART methodology: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. For example, you want to earn $10,000 passively by the 1st of January 2025 through investments in medium-risk assets and large investor deals. Agree a goal. Right now, you don't have to specify your financial goal, plus they can be multiple and from different categories. Now we will tell you how to calculate everything. And after the workshop, you will do this task. What could be the goals at all? For example, you don't like your old car anymore, and you want to buy a new one for $50,000. Most importantly, remember that your goals should inspire you. They should motivate you. So the goal information you need to enter at the top of this table. The purple fields are filled in manually. The white fields are filled in automatically. Your plan will be generated automatically at the bottom of the table. Look at how long it will take you to achieve your goal at your current income and expenditure. If you're not happy with the deadline for your goal, and there may even be more than one, we're now going to tell you what you need to do and how not to demotivate yourself. There are two main ways to achieve financial goals: reducing expenses and increasing income. How can you reduce expenses? First, you should track them. Before you reduce expenses, you should understand what you are spending your money on. Try to track your habits throughout the month and write down all your expenses. Next, make a budget. Set a limit on your spending to better manage your finances, change your habits, and reduce unnecessary spending. Of course, you don't need to cut everything down to zero. Leave room in your budget for little dopamine joys. Go to restaurant, drink coffee, travel. Live within your means. Try to spend less than you earn. Do not take out loans for purchases unless it is an investment tool. For example, mortgage and renting at the same time. Stick to a budget to avoid overspending. Also, don't allow yourself to make impulse purchases. Even if you really want to buy an item, wait at least 24 hours to see if you really need it. Ask yourself at least 10 times the question "why" to the phrase "I'm buying." You will probably realize whether you need this purchase or not. Another tip on how to live within your means: replace the not yet feasible with a more reasonable alternative. Instead of going to the Maldives, aim to visit a local ski resort or holiday resort or hotel. You can have fun either way. Let me tell you a secret. As you grow in your income, you will have less pleasure from some cool hotel because it will become a habit. Live within your means, but dream bigger. Try to gradually increase your standard. As your income increases, your living within your means will also change, and you will adjust your personal financial plan. Set aside money regularly. Set aside a certain part of your income every month. For example, at least 10% of your salary. Or better still, more. Now let's see how you can increase your income. Interest-bearing deposit. Increase your capital by putting money in a savings account with interest. Con. The interest is likely to be lower than inflation. Don't forget about the compound interest. The table shows how many years it would take to double the deposit. It depends on the rate of return. Part-time job. If you can combine part-time job with your main occupation, this is a great option for earning extra income. Try to learn more about the skills that are really valuable today, or even start your own small business. If you have a hobby, think about how you can monetize it. Surely you can provide some value to those around you. What other part-time job could there be? This is affiliate program work, And in the future, it may become your core business, which is what has happened to many of our partners. Passive income. This method allows to earn money without having to work actively. Typically, this type of income includes investments in cryptocurrency, shares or bonds, as well as royalties from intellectual property, rental income, and investment loans against other people's businesses. But it's not that simple. Sometimes you can burn your fingers and fall across scammers. How does the length of time to reach the goal vary with income? Suppose your goal is to buy a car for $50,000. With an income of $1,000 and expenses of $700, it would take 8 years. With an income of $2,100 and expenses of $700, it would only take 3 years. Yesterday, we talked about different ways of investing: art, shares, precious metals, mutual funds, bonds, currencies, index funds, venture capital projects, real estate, cryptocurrency, insurance, all of which are also great for increasing your income. Depending on your preferences, current needs and priorities, choose the most appropriate way to achieve your financial goals. Some strategies can also be combined with each other or applied independently. For example, regardless of the approach you choose, remember that you should not rush to take advantage of every risky financial opportunity, cryptocurrency or other instruments, that comes your way. Hasty actions based on the principle, the greater the risk, the higher the return, may result in reverse results and reduce the chances of achieving your goals. I have made the same mistakes too. Try one way to start with and be sure to get training in the direction of your chosen income source, or find a mentor or guide. For example, our role, professional SkyWorld community agent, fits these criteria. We also have a training system, a whole educational module, and even mentoring from the best specialists who have already achieved high results. Yesterday, we already told you a bit about professional SkyWorld community. Professional SWC agent is a venture capitalist who recognizes their role, has a deep understanding of the product, and is able to communicate with the big people of this world. And this role will be one of the leading roles in our company and community development. Professional SWC agent. They are ethical, observe the principles of teamwork, and are focused on the overall result, not just their own. 0 for them, every client is a potential big client. Every client is a rough diamond that needs to be treated with respect, inclusion, and interest. This role will allow both you and the company to grow stronger financially. You'll be able to help the company and the project grow further, bringing the common good to the whole world. Because we do quite global things, you will make new acquaintances and form an environment that can bring you benefits and pleasant bonuses in the future. We have already talked about the fact that the environment is 50% of success. SkyWorld Community's mission is to make at least 10% of the world's population financially free and independent. From 1% of venture capitalists, we will make 10%. It's a long road, but you can join us right now. While helping the company, you will develop and grow yourself, not only professionally, but of course in income and environment. Thanks to the Professional SkyWorld Community Agent Workshop course, you will receive a leading role in the development of a community of venture entrepreneurs, enthusiasts, and the opportunity to reach a new level of income. This course is for you if you want to secure an important role for yourself in the company, want to grow in income, are a partner of SWC, and want to learn how to attract big clients. Not yet a partner, but want to become one and take a serious role in the company. Want to achieve new income together with the company. Know how to sell, but don't know what to sell, and want a good product for it. What results will you get after the training? You will be provided with a step-by-step methodology on how to collaborate with potential big investors, successfully attract investment, and grow your social capital. You will be able to take an active role in major transactions, Your revenues will increase due to agency fees from large transactions. You will plunge into the company of outstanding personalities, which will inspire you to new achievements. Your skills in premium sales will become stronger and will continue to evolve, opening up new prospects for success. Global trends are changing all the time. First, there was the internet boom, and everyone was looking to fill that niche. Also, do not forget the property boom. For example, real estate agents appeared in the Arab Emirates once, and this area is not losing popularity even now. Then, the cryptocurrency boom. Many experts and influencers have emerged, but I can definitely say that we need to stay ahead of the trends. We believe that in the near future, the profession of a professional Skyworld community agent will be extremely necessary in the world of in-demand venture technologies, as there will be more and more projects. Therefore, we suggest that you enter the train before it has started its movement in order to comfortably settle down and not jump into the last car. And most importantly, you will get a clear and step-by-step algorithm for attracting big investors and working with them. You will be able to close large deals and earn your percentage from it. Your minimum income from the transaction will be several $1,000s or several tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the attracted investment, and the upper threshold is not limited. It will depend only on you and your contribution to the transaction. And there's nothing wrong with starting with smaller amounts. But as the project develops and as commercial projects around the world start to develop in the form of real implementation of the technology that we are developing, the average check will spike from $1,500 to 20 times when everything will be as obvious as possible in reality. Many will be looking for this opportunity, and you, as a professional Skyworld community agent, can provide this opportunity for others. You will have one of the leading roles in the development of Skyworld community, and you will have the opportunity to reach new levels of income. You can see the start of the program and the duration of the training on this slide. This course gives a unique opportunity to get the proprietary methodology of work with big investors from Skyworld community mentors. All of the skills we will be covering in this course will help you achieve specific results, namely, build a strong environment, reach a new financial level of your income, participate in a global project on a global scale, remove restrictions, square your shoulders, and break through the financial ceiling once and for all. Would you like to get such unique training? Write in the chat room. Great. Thank you for your interest and trust. We will tell you later how to join the training. Now let's add some interactivity to our workshop. What are we going to do? You have initial data, 2 case study questions on the topic of investing, different answer options. Explanations for each answer option are provided. Let's assume that the initial data is a description of your game character, some kind of avatar, who now should make a few decisions. Situations are things that will happen to you, your character. Try to immerse yourself in this game as much as possible. Imagine yourself in the situations we will describe for you right now. This game will help you determine what type of investing is more preferable for you and help you pick the investment tool that suits your personality. There are 3 main types of investors: conservative, moderate, and aggressive. Each of them has their own characteristics and approaches to investing. And now, in the format of a situational game, you and I will determine what type of investor you belong to. Let's get down to our game. Ready? Great, the spirit is good. Then let's start the game. Your initial data. At this point, you don't have any savings, but you earn $4,000 a month, of which you have decided to save $1,000. Situation 1. How much do you save, and where do you keep your savings? Choose the option that is right for you. Option 1. I will put all my money in a savings account. Option 2. I'll put $500 in an account and $500 in shares of reliable companies. Option 3. I'll transfer $800 into cryptocurrency and $200 into highly volatile shares. Think what you would do and write the appropriate number in the chat room. Interesting dispersion. Let's get to the explanation. If you chose option 1, I will put all my money in a savings account, you are a conservative investor. You prefer to keep your capital in a stable and reliable financial instrument that provides guaranteed preservation of funds, which is why you will choose to keep all your funds in a savings account. If you chose option 2, I will put $500 in an account and $500 in shares. Then you are a moderate investor. You make a choice in favor of diversity and a balance between stability and growth potential. So to ensure security and liquidity, you put part of the funds in a savings account and invest the other part in shares of reliable companies to make a profit. And option 3, I'll transfer $800 into cryptocurrency and $200 into shares of highly volatile companies. You are an aggressive investor. You prefer high risks in the hope of high returns. You see cryptocurrency as one of the most dynamic and promising instruments, see it as an opportunity for capital growth, and are willing to take risks to capitalize on this potential. That was a simple example. Let's complicate our game. Situation 2. By saving $1,000 at a time, you have already saved $100,000 and are now faced with the choice of how to invest it. The property market is booming and housing prices are rising rapidly. What will you do? Choose the option that is right for you. First, I will decide to diversify my investment portfolio by investing some funds in real estate and some in other financial instruments. Second, I'm going to invest all $100,000 in a property in the suburbs before prices rise even higher. Third, I'll decide to purchase a property with a mortgage within $80,000 as my primary way of investing because this decision is stable and reliable. And I'll keep $20,000 as a rainy day fund. Interesting. Let's get down to explanation. If you have chosen option 1, I will decide to diversify my investment portfolio. You are a moderate investor. Thus, you decide to spread the amount over different investment instruments, which allows you to balance potential risks and diversify your portfolio for a more stable income in the long term. If you chose option 2, I'll invest all $100,000 in property immediately. You are an aggressive investor. You see the current boom in the property market as an opportunity for significant capital growth and act quickly to make the most of the opportunity. And if you chose option 3, $80,000 for property and $20,000 as a rainy day fund, you are a conservative investor. This choice reflects your desire to minimize risk while maintaining the potential for returns. Buying a property will provide a steady income, and the rainy day fund will protect against any unexpected expenses. Let's keep playing. Real estate market. You have purchased 2 flats in a promising neighborhood. However, suddenly there is a downturn in the property market due to changes in legislation restricting rental rates. What will you do? Choose the option that is right for you. First, I will put 1 flat up for sale and rent out the other one at a lower rate to keep the income flow. Second, I will sell both flats to invest the proceeds in more promising instruments with high profitability. Third, I will not take any action as I understand that the market is cyclical and there will be a wave of growth after a wave of decline. Great. Well done, everyone. Let's get down to explanation. If you have chosen the first option, I'll put 1 flat up for sale and rent out the other at a lower rate to keep the income stream going, then you are a moderate investor. You would prefer to keep part of the funds in the property to ensure the risks and receive constant income from tenants, and the other part of the funds from the sale of one of the flats will be redirected to other financial instruments that promise a higher rate of return. Thus, you will again prefer to diversify your investments. If you chose the second option, I will sell both flats to invest in more profitable instruments. Then you are an aggressive investor. Low returns are not for you. And if the property market is falling, it's time to say goodbye to it and invest in those instruments that right now show the best returns in the world of investments, because the main goal is to get the maximum profit from your investment, even with high risk. And those who have chosen option 3, I will take no action, are conservative investors. You understand that fluctuations in the market are temporary. You remember that the main goal is to save your existing funds and perhaps make some extra profit in the long run. You won't take any action because it's a risk that's not right for you. We've dealt with 3 situations and we'll send you 3 more as a bonus with detailed explanations. And after the workshop, you will be able to follow this game through to the end on your own. Well, the games are over. Let's move on to explanations of each type of investor and what income options are suitable for them. Conservative investor. They prefer minimum risks and 100% safety of capital. This type of investor is more likely to put money into a savings account or buy bonds. This is the same person who will always take an umbrella with them if it's cloudy outside. Moderate investor. This is someone who is willing to go on a little adventure, but with a margin of safety. They can invest some of the money in stable assets and another part in stocks or shares of venture capital business. After all, they understand that sometimes in order to win, you need to take risks, but it's always better to have a backup plan. Aggressive investor. This is a true adventurer in the world of investing. They may invest all their funds in cryptocurrency or startup stocks if they see potential in them. If there's even a 50% chance of going bust, they will do it anyway, because there's exactly the same chance of success. Different types of income options are suited to different types of investors. For conservative investor, government bonds, savings accounts, work with big investors. These are stable assets with low yields. For moderate investor, own business, shares, real estate, work with big investors. There is a balance between risk and return. And for the aggressive one, trading, new technologies, startups, work with big investors. It's high yield and high risk. Write in the chat which type of investor is closer to you. But working with big investors is a universal option for all types because it's zero risk of losing your money. The most you'll lose is time spent on a big deal. Very high profitability at closing of the deal. You are trained only once, thereafter it is practice only. Having a clear and structured training program without additional searching and gathering of new information. Help and advice from more experienced colleagues. We have already jointly laid down the idea of further growth. Analyze the mindset of a millionaire. Acquired the skills needed to reach the next level. Define the role of a venture entrepreneur. Set financial goals. Determine the vector of financial growth. What to do next? Next, you need to see the opportunities for your growth. It will be much more effective for you not to simply grow within an abstract desire to become a venture entrepreneur, but to grow in a focused way within a specific offering. You have a new opportunity for growth within our international SkyWorld community, and this is a professional SkyWorld community agent. Get one of the leading roles in developing an eco-friendly community and the opportunity to reach new levels of income. Professional SkyWorld community agent is a venture entrepreneur who understands their role, has a deep understanding of the product, and is able to communicate with the big people of this world. Do you recognize yourself in this? Do you work hard? Are you an easy learner and it's not generating the income you want? Do you have to save money all the time and you don't understand how to raise your income? Don't you understand how to form the right environment around you? Are you having trouble earning easy money and working for fun? Do you wish to keep company with millionaires and serious people, but it seems something unrealistic to you? Do you want to be a part of something bigger? If you answered yes to some of these questions, then further information is definitely for you. You can, of course, just get off the air now and continue to find ways to grow your income on your own. Or you can look for reasons not to learn now and put it off until later. But you can also take full responsibility for your life and start taking action now. Act with us and with the support of mentors and strong SkyWorld community. Why is the environment so important after all? How will it help you? Here's a simple example. Look at the slides. What is the power of one? And what is the power of 1,000 people? Our training will provide you with unique opportunities. This is the proprietary method of work. You can learn from the SWC leaders and get whatever you want out of life. What results will you get after the training? You will be provided with a step-by-step methodology on how to collaborate with potential big investors, successfully attract investment, and grow your social capital. You will be able to take an active role in major transactions. Your revenues will increase significantly due to agency fees from big transactions. You will plunge into the company of outstanding personalities, which will inspire you to new achievements. Your skills in premium sales will become stronger and will continue to evolve, opening up new prospects for success. Do you want to get a cool result? Then we move directly to the training program. Module 1. Who is a big investor? Module content. Solid investment in Sky World community. Description of who a big investor is. Peculiarities of motivation of big investors. Psychology of big investor. Outcomes of this module. You'll figure out how and where to look for big investors. You will learn how to build effective communications and relationships with them. Module 2. This is an advanced module about the product. Its content. Values of professional Sky World community agent, product of the company. The CEO of STU LLC will tell you about the string transport technology and the peculiarities of its promotion. Objections of big investors and dealing with them. Working with reputational risks. As a result, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the company's product, will be able to communicate with a big investor in such a way that they have no objections. You will learn how to deal with reputational risks. Module 3. Building communication with a big investor. Module content. Qualities and skills of professional Sky World community agent. Checking a big investor before a meeting. How to protect yourself from scammers. Common mistakes when communicating with a big investor. The practice of networking by me as a co-founder of Sky World Community. As a result of this module, you will receive the following outcomes. Skills to interact effectively with big investors. You will learn to identify your own red flags when interacting with a potential big investor, which will help you avoid scammers. Explore the potential pitfalls of communicating with a big investor. You will be able to prepare more effectively for each meeting. Module 4. Working with fear of negotiation. Module content. Working with fear. Exercise. Control over inner images and inner dialogue. Exercise. Tornado of courage. Exercise. Visual rehearsal for successful negotiations. Exercise. Zone of power or 4 powers. Meditation. Black Panther. Closing exercises. Bonus. A recording of a training session on result-oriented thinking. As a result of the 4th module, you will learn what fear is and why it occurs. You will work through the fear of negotiating with a big investor. You will learn to apply techniques helping with fear management. You will feel confident in all meetings. And the final one is Module 5, Product Presentation. What's inside the module? Product presentation logic. Working with presentation materials. Assistance from the Solid Investment Council. As a result, you will develop a product positioning strategy, understand the algorithm of the presentation, be ready to close a deal with a potential big investor. So, what do you think of this content? On this slide, you can see the full training program. It's very informative and will help you achieve some really cool results. You will also have tracker support at every stage of your training. Trackers are our attendants on the training platform. Trackers check your homework. They keep you interested and motivated to take the lessons. They support you. They share experiences and tips with you. All training will take place online. All lessons are recorded for a more comfortable training experience. You can watch them anytime and from any device. Offline meetings in your city are possible in the future. So, what do you think? You will be trained on our adaptation and training platform of Sky World Community. Professional SWC Agent Workshop course is 5 modules, 26 lessons, supplementary materials, manuals, instructions, and checklists. Lesson notes for ease in mastering the material. Trackers throughout your training who will help you and motivate you to continue training. You have the opportunity to gain unique information from our company's top experts and most powerful people. Key post-program outcome. You will receive a step-by-step algorithm for attracting and working with big investors and master the competences of a professional Sky World community agent. What do you think? Do you like this kind of training? I would have been happy to have been given this kind of training at the very beginning of my journey. Great. I'll tell you about the tariffs then. We offer you a choice of 2 tariffs, standard and premium. Each rate includes 6 weeks of active work, 5 modules, 26 lessons, supplementary materials, manuals, instructions and checklists, common chat room of like-minded people, tracker on the course, support, feedback and homeworks checking, webinars with experts. But those who choose the premium tariff additionally get some very cool features. Premium subscription to the Sky World community platform, access to all paid courses, bonus module on effective negotiation and sales, post-course support, How much do you think this kind of training costs? Write your options in the chat room. Interesting options. We thought long and hard and decided that we would provide the standard tariff for free and the premium tariff for $200 in equity equivalent. What is the equity equivalent? You will be able to pay the tariff from a promotional or bonus account. And those who are not yet in our community will simply top up their bonus account. It's very easy to do. But that's not all. For 3 days only, there will be a special price for you. The standard tariff is still free of charge. The premium rate is for $100 in equity equivalent. You'll be able to contribute to the development of a high-tech and eco-friendly project. Independently attend the largest and most important business meetings, business breakfasts, dinners, forums, conferences when you have mastered the role. Communicate with top business representatives for networking purposes. Assist big investors to participate in the implementation of an innovative project for the development of string transport and other venture technologies. Attend events, participate in dinner parties, become a member of communities, and entrepreneur clubs. In 3 days, the training price will be higher again. You can already master the maximum of useful competences under the guidance of experienced venture entrepreneurs and under their mentorship become a significant part of the international Sky World community. So, the standard tariff is free, and within 3 days, the premium tariff will be available to you for $100 in equity equivalent. It's up to you to choose. What do you want? How many places are there in training? We have a limited number of places. There are only 50 of them. At most, we'll expand to 100. Why? Because there are a limited number of roles of professional Sky World community agent available. Will we have a second stream of the course? Roles will be given to those who get through the first stream first. If all agent roles turn out to be occupied in all key regions and countries already after the first stream, there will be no second stream. If not to buy now, will the price go up? Only on the webinar we offer the best price for the course. In 3 days the price will be higher. Keep in mind that this course is of the highest value, and we will be offering it to a cold audience already for money. So many people will want to join, and you may just not make it. How to pay? Click the button under the broadcast that will take you to the site. On this site you can leave an application for a suitable tariff for you. Our managers will contact you and advise you. They will also help you pay and go to the course. Payment will be possible only through debiting funds in your personal account. The Smart World Community Training Platform is a product of Sky World Community, so it's completely safe. After purchasing the course, you will be offered to start the course immediately, but it is up to you to choose a time that is convenient for you. In the initial lessons, you will have a link to your chat room with the tracker where your training will take place. Don't skip this point, as you will then find it difficult to catch up with the general pace of the group, get on general calls, and generally fit into the training. Start your training now. If you have difficulties with payment, our specialists will contact you and help you, but for this purpose it is necessary to email us, so that we did not lose your application. smart.info@swc.capital. In 3 days, the price for the premium package will be higher. Join on favorable terms. So, the standard tariff is free. And within 3 days, the premium tariff will be available to you for $100 in equity equivalent. Choose the tariff that suits you best. Our course brings together best working practices for your development, negotiating skills, and gaining confidence. You will learn all the skills that will lead you to new results. All the vast experience of SkyWorld community's experts and leaders is packed into this, our course. For you to get more familiar with the course content, let's look at a key skill, the sales. Why is it important? Because closing a deal is selling a product to a potential major partner. Skill, sales, how to negotiate, how to make an offer, how to handle objections. Many would like to make the client agree to everything from the very first minute of dialogue. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. It's a bit more complicated than that. Now we're going to give you a negotiation algorithm. Make a first impression and hook the client. Make a reasonable offer. Close the client's objections. First impressions can be made by a competent self-presentation that we practiced yesterday. So now we're going straight to the offer. An offer is given at the stage of attracting the client's attention. You need to make the right offer to cast the hook and to make the client want to follow you. They buy from us depending on how well we are able to sell and present information. The hook is what grabs the attention of the interlocutor. Task of hooks is to grab attention in the first place. Hook is prepared according to the following formula. Verb. Learn, count, tell, compare, look, see, know. Question word. How, what, why, where, when, which. Reason.
How does it work in practice?
First, think of anything that might be beneficial and important to the client, especially when you've heard it from them before. On this basis, formulate a sentence using the formula given. For example, I invite you to a meeting where we will see which strategy will bring more income in the current conditions. Mining, shares, or venture projects. What do you say? Interesting? The offer is made according to CAB scheme. Characteristic, objective product properties. Advantages, benefit of all features together. Benefit, the value that the client receives after purchasing the product. Then we go on to closing objections. Objection is a lack of information at the client's disposal about the benefits of the product for themselves. An entire lesson in the workshop course is devoted to practicing objections, where you will learn in detail the potential objections of big investors and how to close them before they arise. Why might a potential investor object? They don't agree with your proposal. They are not happy with the conditions. They are in a bad mood. They have misconceptions about the product, etc. There are lots of techniques for handling objections. We will cite 3 of them. And those of you who stay with us until the end of the webinar will receive an extra bonus, a guide, how to negotiate, which contains the rest of the techniques, sample offerers, and a full negotiation structure. How's that interesting? I see the reactions, thank you. So, the fork technique. Let's pretend you already know the most typical objection. For example, a potential investor refuses because they are not yet familiar with the product or has chosen another project to invest in. Our action is to consolidate these objections into a single question. Are you not interested because you don't know about the product yet, or because you want to invest in something else? Typically, a person at this point evaluates their situation and chooses the first or second option. or says their own, third option. And this third one is what you will work with as the true objection. The second technique is interesting terms. For example, tell me what conditions we may offer you so that you would be interested in it. Investor may respond, I should make sure that there is a specific guarantee of return on investment. Then we reply that we are ready to offer them satisfactory terms with a lead for the next meeting. What will it sound like? Excellent. I have something to offer you given your wishes. Let's set up an online meeting with you and I'll give you a little more detail on exactly how this can be implemented. What do you think? The third technique. On Velvet, you need to make an offer that the potential investor will benefit from anyway, even if they decide not to go into a deal with you. Of course, your job will be to prevent this from happening, but that's the point of the technique at the initial stage. For example, let's organize a meeting that will give you at least the latest information on the state of the market for technology companies and at most, a few tools to multiply your capital. The formula for a successful negotiation is a successful self-presentation and a competent offer. How to conduct a successful self-presentation? State your surname and first name. Designate an occupation. Tell who and with what you are helping. Reinforce your level of expertise. To state the purpose of your work. Tell how people's lives change after interacting with you. Make a clear ending. Leave your contact details. And the blueprint for a competent offer. Characteristic. The objective properties of a product. Advantages are the usefulness of all the features together. Benefit is the value that a client receives after purchasing a product. So, closing objections. Techniques and methods for handling objections plus good knowledge of the product and its nuances work wonders. And that's only 1/100th of 1% of the information that will be available to you in the workshop course. Those who make it to the end of the webinar will have access to a detailed guide with techniques. Join our training and start your transition to the next level now. So the standard tariff is free, and within 3 days the premium tariff will be available to you only for $100 in equity equivalent. It's up to you to choose. You may ask, what if I don't get results? I've been on courses before and they didn't help me. I just threw my money away. Unfortunately, we are not immune to weak professionals. In our training, we give absolutely everything you need to change your life for the better. If you do all the tasks, watch all the lessons, the result will definitely be. Or you might argue, I'm afraid I won't get the benefit. Our training is primarily focused on results and application of practices. Of course, we will have theoretical classes, but all topics will have practical homework assignments to help you learn the material better and apply it in reality. Well, of course, all your training will come with trackers to help you achieve results. So all of our training will be precisely aimed at ensuring that you put everything you learn into practice and change your life, not only throughout the course, but also for your future development. How long do the lessons last? 15 to 20 minutes on average, so as not to overwhelm you with information and waste your time. Most lessons come with supplementary materials, checklists, and notes for easy training. Everything is done for your convenience. Congratulations to everyone who has already bought the course. You are even closer to your goals and dreams. You are doing a great job of investing in yourselves, your development, and your future. The best investment is always an investment in your training and in your skills, because the world is changing very quickly. We've done everything we can to get you to your results at tenfold speed. All you have to do is go and put these tools into practice. We look forward to seeing you all on the course. The link is under the video. And homework. It focuses on identifying the beliefs that limit you, inhibit your development, and reduce your quality of life. Write at least 20 statements and feelings that arise as associations with concepts such as career, success, money, wealth, goals, achievements, business. Next, think back to how they were treated in your family. What do you yourself agree with and what is accepted as truth in your environment? From the list created, select limiting beliefs. They cause negative thoughts and a state of helplessness, a feeling of inability to achieve anything. Write down 7, the most significant points. You can have more, in a table. Example table is on the next slide. Think and write what is behind each of these beliefs. What are their consequences? As a rule, it is the fear of the consequences, of violating the persuasion algorithm. When you do something in a way that is unfamiliar to you or your environment. On the slide, you see a table for writing down limiting beliefs and transforming them into positive affirmations. Trust me, it will change your inner disposition and your life. Homework. Think and write down how you would act if you knew that nothing bad from your fantasies will happen, that you will definitely succeed, be happy, and your nearest and dearest will support you. Which of these actions are you willing to put into action? Which ones are you ready to put into action in the next month? Write and do it right now. Don't put it aside. Make the limiting belief more real. By doing so, you will reduce its impact. And ask yourself, is this statement always true? As a rule of thumb, the likelihood of this happening is much lower. That's 100%. Find examples that contradict the limiting belief. By completing this assignment, you will discover new resources and opportunities for action. And most importantly, you will feel extra motivation and energy. Because energy is life. Well done. I am glad I am motivating you, and you will do your homework. You can't get to practice without theory, but practice is the most interesting part, after which your life will begin to transform. But that's not all. And here are some presents from us for you. Presentation of the 2-day workshop. Checklist, how to prepare for a speech. Guide, how to negotiate. The full version of the situational game, remember when you imagined yourself as an avatar? Selection of top self-presentations. All your gifts will be in the chat room. Share impressions and insights in the chat and tag on. Stories in Instagram accounts, alecvert.official and sky_world_. Community_Russ. Take the bonuses and send in your homework assignments. We look forward to seeing you at the training. The path to global breakthrough and growth in your results is open to you now. Congratulations, you did it. You are the reason for your future success. See you soon at Olympus.